in some ways. But Derek Carr on Twitter, just yesterday, since some of y'all are sensitive, I will remind you that I only want people who encourage, speak life into me, and uplift me to have a voice in my life. So if you're blocked, you probably acted like a clown for clout. I still love you all, but I don't have time for your negativity. Oh my goodness, Derek Carr on Twitter getting heated. And this is not the first time in his career that this guy has taken shots at the media. This is not the first time that he's taken shots at TV personalities. We remember, I believe it was the 2018 season, going into the 2018 season, when Derek Carr offered to wrestle Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman in a UFC fight for charity. I remember that. And obviously they turned him down because, let's be honest, he's an athlete. He's a strong quarterback. He's actually, seems like he lifts a little more than your average quarterback also. So you wouldn't want to get in a match with that guy, right? Obviously, I'd rather get in a match with him over someone like Richie Incognito, but you're still going to get your ass whooped by Derek Carr, right? You know what I mean? So obviously they turned him down there, but what do you think this is about? Like, I don't know. This just kind of came out of the blue, out of nowhere. Are people reaching out to him? I know he has blocked Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk. To Sean Reed of The Athletic, he has him blocked. So some people say that Derek Carr is very sensitive. You know, some people say, oh, Derek Carr is being too sensitive and you need to learn how to take the heat. Or some people are saying, oh, that's cool. You know, F them haters. What do you think? I mean, how would you look at this, Audrey?
I don't know. I love Derek Carr. I think that he gets a lot of disrespect from a lot of people. I do not blame him at all for just wanting to block it all out, block out the noise. He does not owe these people anything.
Right.
But that being said, he starts out saying, since some of y'all are sensitive. And it's like, dude, you blocked people, but you're calling other people sensitive. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you probably acted like a clown for clout. I still love y'all, but I don't have time for your negativity. I mean, he has every right. He doesn't have to excuse it. He's just being polite. He's being his usual polite, sweet self. He's a nice guy.
So a lot of people criticize Baker Mayfield.
Oh, thank you, Animal Surge. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Animal Surge. Appreciate you. Happy
birthday, Hotspot. Hope you have a good one. You guys think Adams wears number 15 jersey? Obviously, the number that he had at Fresno State, number 17 on the Packers. That's a good question. I don't know.
You know?
Symbolically, that'd be interesting.
If I had to bet, what's the money line? What's the money line on? Dude, I bet you can go to some sports betting apps and there's money line on what jersey number like Davante Adams will wear, right? Like there has to be. 15, I think, has the highest probability.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it would certainly be cool. Make a lot of people happy. Raider Nation's really big in Fresno. I mean, it's big around the world, around the country, but it's huge here.
Going back to the poll, do you think Aaron Rodgers helped Davante come to Vegas? I asked you guys in the chat. We had 200 people vote.
Yes.
59% say yes, but still 40% say hell no. He did not help. He did not have any impact in any... did not weigh in this decision at all. So
maybe it's easier for some people to believe that Adams was wrested away from Green Bay. Maybe from Green Bay, not necessarily from Rodgers.
People just want to hate on Aaron Rodgers though because he's into Panchakarma. That's what this is about. Because Aaron Rodgers is into Panchakarma, there's no way he could ever do anything great. He's into that
Eastern medicine as opposed to the Western medicine. Wink, wink. Yeah. So he's a bad guy and deserves bad things to happen to him. Yeah.
So Derek Carr, okay.
So stupid.
People gave Baker Mayfield crap for not being available to the media after a game. They said, oh, you're unprofessional. You're a little kid. We know we've heard rumors of people saying, oh, we need a grown-up at quarterback. That's why we need to move on from Baker Mayfield. Him not being available to the media is part of that. Now, Derek Carr is always available to the media. Hasn't been lately, though, this year so far, but finally will be probably once they do the introductory presser with Davante Adams. Do you think Derek Carr is kind of maybe not being professional in a certain way because, and doing, at least he's copying the same behavior as Baker Mayfield because he's not available to the media online. A lot of people in the media need to have access to his Twitter account. He's making it difficult for them. He has every right to do that. But I am kind of leaning with you. I think you got to just take the heat when you're in this position. I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean, I even take heat and I'm a nobody.
You know what he should do is just have his agent or PR people like run his Twitter. You know?
But you always want to log on and see what people say, though.
Well, if you're in his position, if I was in these people's position, I would block it all out, and then I would have some like curated, filtered, sort of overview of what's said from someone who has to dig into the cesspool that is the internet and actually read things from people who are just like horrible human beings. I would have someone else else
right,
do that,
anyways.
and then I would stay away. So that's why I don't fault him. I think he actually uses it for personal reasons. I think he shows golfing pics and church stuff. So I think that it is legitimately his account.
You don't think he has a burner account?
No, and I think that's why he has to block people, because it's just like he's actually on Twitter. He's
reading the Ian
it.
Rappaport tweets to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not when you're in his position. I mean, maybe he's gotten to the age too where you can just kind of have a thicker skin and just try to deal with it. It's not as crazy. You're not trying to prove yourself as much, although he is right now. I mean,
Right.
to I guess certain segment of the fan base and then certain people in the media, it's almost like he still is. But
Yeah, and this is a part of the media,
yeah.
and we're going to dig into the media right now. Shout out to Ty Davis. I think Rodgers gave him his blessing.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't know why anyone would deny that. I mean, Carr's been talking to Rodgers. Rodgers been talking to Carr. They've been publicly talking about their friendship. Rodgers was in Palm Springs, relatively recently. Adams was in Vegas. I mean,
Right.
these people are hanging out. They were hanging out. They were talking long before this thing happened. And the last thing I think Carr was going to do was like try to disrespect someone else by like sniping his number one wide receiver. So
Right.
there was something that happened between these people where it was amicable. And if you don't think that, that's fine. And plenty of people seem to not think that. Maybe they just don't want to believe.
Because he's in a bunch of karma. That's what it's all.
Because they just hate Aaron Rodgers because he's on the wrong side of the culture wars or something. Yeah.
I think, and I don't even like care about
I
that
know.
stuff. But I could just tell when like that's why someone doesn't like somebody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Yeah.
I don't care either way. I get along with everybody. But
Yeah.
I could just tell when it's just about some kind of culture war stuff.
Oh, yeah.
David Carr on Twitter fighting for his new colleague, right? Via Derek Carr. Tay becomes a Raider, and now he's fifth.
I know.
Welcome to Raider
Exactly.
Nation. And we're talking about the media right
so
now.
crazy.
And Carr's problem with the media. Wide receiver ranks according to PFF Fantasy Football. Davante Adams is now 5. Let me just tell you, in every single PFF grading category, whether it's drops, overall offensive grade, receiving grade among wide receivers, Davante Adams is ranked second. So by their own metrics, he's the second best receiver. Isn't that crazy?
No, that is so nuts. I mean, okay, Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, I can understand, but Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, what the hell are these people
Jefferson's been in the
smoking?
league like what, 2 years?
I know.
2 or 3 years.
1,
and then,
2 years.
And then now,
yeah.
like Jamar Chase, you literally were just a rookie last year. And
That's
now
what
you're
I was saying.
Now
1
you're
year
the
with
third
Jamar
best
Chase,
receiver?
Yeah. No, yeah. 1 year, and that's all it takes. So these are not weighted or informed, or they're not even trying anymore.
Yeah,
but
and
no,
then-
because he's got that Raiders logo next to him now. He's down. He goes.
Dude, I mean, that to me, that is just insane. And like Rodney Hudson, our former center, right when he went to the Cardinals,
Yeah.
his PFF grade, like everybody was talking about
Tanked.
how he's like the best center, even though he
Yeah.
already always had the high PFF grade. So it was like, to me, like, okay, I get it. Like if Davante Adams had the 5th best PFF grades,
Yeah.
then I would say okay. But by their own system, by their own metrics, it's number 2, right?
Yeah, no one's saying that Jefferson or Chase aren't good. That's not the point, or that Chase in particular
But Justin-
seems
yeah, Justin
fantastic.
Jefferson is not
But
the
1
second.
year and 2 years of playing compared to Davante Adams, I mean, it's just there has to be some. You have to factor in time here somehow.
Right. And it's also okay. Like,
But that's not new, right? We're used to that.
for me to defend it, if I'm going to defend them,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Seriously.
Here's the thing, though. They are like, okay. Here's the thing. They are talking about fantasy football, so maybe they're saying Justin Jefferson's going to get more fantasy. You know what this really is about? This is really shade to Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Because what they're basically saying is because it says PFF Fantasy Football in the Twitter name.
Yeah.
David Carr retweeted this. David Carr, I mean, he works for NFL Network, and even he's taking shots at these guys. So, it must be pretty legit. But I will say, they're talking about fantasy football. It's actually throwing shade at Derek Carr because what it's saying is since Davante Adams has such a worse quarterback now compared to Aaron Rodgers, he's not going to have as many fantasy points. Even though Davante Adams, dude, you look at his stats, he gets like freaking almost 20 catches a game sometimes. They just feed him the ball because you can't stop him.
Look
you
at
can't
his
stop him.
consistency year after year.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying these other guys are unproven. Okay, so let them have a few years under their belt, see if they can put up the same numbers, and then I say that they deserve that. Until then, stop disrespecting our guy.
And I understand.
I love saying that.
Some people
That's
are saying.
not even like that. Still feels a little new, doesn't it? Still feels cool to say that.
Some people are saying, oh, well, it's because Carr has other weapons, so
Yeah.
Davante's not going to get the highest fantasy points. However, with the Rams, I mean, they have Allen Robinson now. I mean, they have other weapons there too. The Vikings, I mean, I guess you could make that argument. The Bengals, no. I mean, they have a ton of weapons. I mean, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon gets involved in the passing game sometimes as well. Like, and then the Chiefs, I mean, they always have Juju Smith-Schuster,
What do they have? Eight
Kelsey.
different weapons at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Mahomes needs as many
And they
weapons
say they
as
need
possible.
more. They say they need more.
Oh yeah, no, Mahomes is really
more.
making do with what little he has. You know, they say stuff like that. Hey,